Tomorrow, the U.S. Supreme Court is expected to hear arguments in a case that could increase the power that state legislatures have over voting issues. And joining us to talk more about this is Dr. Eddie Carter, constitutional expert and professor at Prairie View A&M University. Good morning, Dr. Carter. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So let's get right to it. Tell us, which is this case and how did it end up on the Supreme Court docket?
This is a very interesting case. It derives from a case in North Carolina, Moore v. Harper, where a congressional map was drawn by Republican legislators, and that map was rejected by the state Supreme Court in North Carolina on the basis of the court saying that it represented excessive and partisan gerrymandering. Which really favored Republicans. And in response, the state legislature said that the state Supreme Court has no say in the matter. And they based that upon what we now know as the independent state legislature theory. It's a rather obscure theory, but as a result of that, the North Carolina Republican legislature asked for the Supreme Court to review the situation, and that is how the matter ended up before the Supreme Court.
You've been following this case closely, as you do all Supreme Court cases. What do you think might be the outcome tomorrow?
This is a very significant case. People might not view it that way. It's not as intensely practical as other voting issues. These kinds of gerrymandering issues seem to be somewhat esoteric and hard to apply, but there are some real life potential implications, one not the least of which is it essentially eliminates checks and balances on state legislatures, and the use of this doctrine in this fashion really is aimed at targeting the elimination of state judicial review of state legislative actions, and it really eliminates at the state level checks and balances, and that's a real problem, especially for states that might be inclined to ostracize or eliminate or make it more difficult for certain people groups to vote or to exercise their right to vote and participate in the political process. So this has some very profound implications, and we will simply have to wait and see exactly what happens. But with the 2024 presidential election coming up, we should watch this kind of case very closely because it's going to have some profound implications for local elections and state legislative power.
And we have the state legislature going back in session at the beginning of January. So if this goes one way or another, it could have an immediate impact. Am I reading that correctly?
You are reading that correctly, and it really has an impact for those states in the South that are, as we might say, really becoming more brown, more diverse. Our demographics are changing, and so as legislatures attempt to control access to the voting booth and access to exercising the right to vote and participate in the political process, such as in the state of Texas, this could really have some profound impacts, as I've said, on this issue of voting in the state.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on it, absolutely. Dr. Eddie Carter, constitutional expert and professor at Prairie View A&M University. We always appreciate you taking some time to talk to us.
Always a privilege. Thank you very much.